In the year 1990, I went to Tibet. So I crossed Tibet from China. From Hong Kong, I went into China, then went to a city called Chengdu. From Chengdu, took a long bus ride for 12 hours to the eastern part of Tibet. So while I was walking on the mountains in Tibet, I came across a couple, a British couple. They were about maybe in their 50s. And they were all carrying backpack. But when I looked at the woman, her backpack was a different kind of a backpack. Her husband had a backpack, but her backpack was her newborn baby. 8 months old baby she carried on the high plateau mountains in Tibet. Wow. So I was shocked. How did you bring a baby to such high altitude? So I asked her, what made you come to this place with your baby? You know what she said? As for me and our household, we will serve the Lord. So, the point is this. If that woman can bring her newborn baby to serve the Lord in a high altitude mountain, why can't you bring your babies to a prayer meeting? There you go. Why can't you do that? Why do you say, I have to stay at home to look after my baby? Put your baby in the presence of the Lord. Amen. And the angels will entertain them. Amen. My nephew is there. Stand up. This is my nephew, David. From day one, my mother cared for him. So I have been looking at him from day one. Today he's 30 years old. Today means not today. Next month, he'll be 30 years old. So for 30 years of his life, I've been watching him from day one. So when he was a newborn baby, he was lying on the crib. And one day, I came close to whenever I come back from the office, I would just go and play with this little boy. And one day, I stood at the entrance to my mother's room where his crib was, and he was just wriggling his hands, shaking his legs, and just smiling and smiling and smiling. So I wondered, what was this boy up to? So I went out, And the next day, I saw him doing the same thing. Then the third day, when this happened again, I prayed. I said, Lord, what is happening? And the Lord opened my spiritual eyes, and I saw an angel playing with him, tickling his toes, and just, tickling his armpits, and just playing with him. See, scripture says, the day when you're born, your angels are appointed to look after you, right? That day I saw with my own eyes how angels look after babies. So bring your babies and put them right here. Is it okay, Pastor Sweet? See, I'm not the boss, he's the boss. I can just make a prophetic statements, but then I must turn back to my flesh and ask the boss permission. So bring your babies, put them here. The angels of God will take care of them. Hallelujah. And you just worship the Lord. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon the little ones. And they will all lift up their hands and they'll worship the Lord. Why do you segregate them to a children's club? Wrong. We should change that principle. Put them right in the presence of God, where the glory comes. If this is the chosen place, where the golden bowl is, why should they be somewhere else? Shouldn't the children come and drink from the golden bowl? Yes. Shouldn't they? Yes. Wow. When Solomon dedicated his temple, the Lord told him, I have put my name in this place. Everyone who comes to this place and prays, my eyes will be upon them, and my ears will be attentive to their prayer. So there are some places that God chooses. He chooses the place, and there remains a special grace in that chosen place. So then you want to gather there. You don't want to be found anywhere else. That's the chosen place.